Many spring sports are starting their season. Don't miss this breakdown of some season previews as our Lancer teams look to start on the season on a good note.
And our very own CBU TV reporter Amber French caught up with two Riverside natives and Team USA swimmers who wear their Riverside roots on their sleeves.
Welcome back, Lancer fans. It's the first sports show of the spring semester, and we've got a lot of great stories to cover. I'm Brayden Byrne.
And I'm Cy Cunningham. Now let's go right in. Two Riverside locals represented the United States at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris and were honored by the mayor of Riverside at the State of the City address. CBU TV reporter Amber French shares what it's like for them to represent their country and the city of Riverside.
A Riverside native coach and player from the U.S. men's and women's water polo team made it all the way to the 2024 Summer Olympic Games.
I think about Riverside and athletics, and specifically with water polo, it's really our time.
Chris serves as the men's sports medicine manager and head athletic trainer for USA Water Polo. He explains how covering a tournament in Orange County eventually led to him helping the senior team win a bronze medal at the Olympics.
My professional endeavors, the road to the Olympics, I definitely have the city and, more importantly, the community and the people within the city to thank for that. The city values sports and athletics, and therefore they value the people who participate in sports.
Emily explains where she started back in Riverside.
I played all 4 years water polo here at King. I also swam all 4 years for here at King. I just loved my time here in Riverside and at the school. I'm really grateful for those who've supported me and helped me along this journey to be where I am.
Emily scored 3 goals at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris and finished in 4th place. She tells us how it was to represent Team USA.
The emotions that I felt on the boat was just truly being grateful. Grateful to be there, grateful to have the opportunity to represent Team USA and also to represent my family, my community.
Chris, who led charge in creating and developing the first Lancers Athletic Performance Development Program at California Baptist University, thanks his community.
We felt like we were representing not just the USA, but even for me personally, representing Riverside.
Chris Bates says the next Olympic Games are in Los Angeles, a perfect place to do some cool things. In Riverside with CBU TV, I'm Amber French.
Thank you, Amber. Well, women's water polo seems to have found their groove after picking back-to-back wins against Chapman and number 19 ranked CSUN. This is a team that is thriving on play from their experienced players like Kyra Kahawai, who leads the team with 27 goals of the year, and when you pair that with the play from Celeste Amanda Rees, who adds another 16 goals to the Lancers season total, the sky's definitely the limit for this Lancers team.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how this team progresses as they head out east in March for the Harvard Invitational. And our CBU baseball season is underway this spring.
Yes, and with key players like outfielding slugger Nick Doomsnell returning along with veteran pitcher Jacob Wilson, there's a lot to be excited about for the Lancers this season.
Jacob Wilson earned a 3.55 ERA last year in 2024. He'll be looking to pick up where he left off. And with Nick Doomsnell, what's not to love? A 2024 all-WAC first team in which he batted .362 and slugged .702, and now earning the title of 2025 WAC Preseason Player of the Year.
Yeah, and not to mention climbing up the MLB prospect ranking for the draft this July. But those two are definitely leading the charge for the Lancers this spring. The team is just the right blend of experience and youth, and I'm pumped to see it all come together.
Well, speaking of youth, now let's go ahead and bring up the CBU softball team.
I'm glad you brought this up.
After a productive 2024 season, finishing with a 33-25 record, the Lions had a lot of questions to answer after the departure of many key players. And our veteran reporter Trevor Berrigan caught up with the CBU skipper Mike Smith to talk about the upcoming season.
The CBU softball season is well underway, but not without a few changes. After losing several key starters from the year before, the Lancers will turn to a much younger roster to compete this coming year. I caught up with head coach Mike Smith to talk about the development of his younger players during this offseason.
We're excited about this young class that we had coming in this year. A lot of them have kind of fit in right away. They've really they faced the adversity early, and some of them have stepped up to the challenge. You know, we've got probably at least 2 freshmen that have a really good opportunity of being in our lineup every day.
With a much younger roster, the Lancers will look to lean on their more experienced players to provide a big locker room boost this coming season, which is something that Lancer skipper Mike Smith has already taken note of this year.
I think Ashley, Annette, her proof is in her work ethic. And I think she's a little bit more vocal now being in the program for 3 years. Maliki, so I think you're seeing a lot more leadership from her. Priscilla Estrada, who's our shortstop, she's been 4 years in.
Coach Smith discussed how pivotal a role this leadership group will be going forward for the Lancers.
So we've got a lot of great leaders in this program, and I think that their job now is to kind of help build future leaders for our program and help sustain this legacy that we're trying to build here at CBU.
CBU softball is coming off an impressive 30-plus win campaign in 2024, a trend they'll hope to continue come 2025 in what Coach Mike Smith said is the Lancers' toughest schedule yet. For CBU TV, I'm Trevor Berrigan.
Exciting times ahead for softball fans.
Yep, and looking at the schedule, there's a lot of fun matchups. Florida, Utah State, and Arizona State. These matchups provide us with a very challenging season going forward. We are just 3 weeks away from the WAC tournament for both men's and women's basketball teams. Now, let's take a look how the teams are looking as they road to Las Vegas approaches. Our women's team is in the middle of the WAC as conference plays starts to wrap up. They currently sit in the 4th seed. There will be key matches against Grand Canyon and Seattle U as the tournament seed starts to clear up.
Our men's team are finding their stride with a key win against GCU, propelling them to the 3rd in the conference. Their next games are also against GCU in Seattle, will give them an opportunity to make up some more ground come March. Well, it's been fun covering CBU athletics this month. There's going to be much more to unpack as the season for each sport unfolds.
Absolutely, and thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed watching, and remember to follow us on all our socials. For all things CBU sports, this has been the Lancer Sports Show.